Hey all you lovely peoples, it's me Amanda from Under Umbrella. Today I'm here getting ready to make some homemade antibiotic ointment. I have kids, we're all a little accident prone. Sorry for the really horrible framing, but I wanted you guys to be able to focus more on what I'm doing here than on my face. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get some water boiling here. And I'm going to use the double boiler method for this. Now, if you're not familiar with the double boiler method, it's where you take, I'm using just a ceramic casserole dish because I don't have a glass bowl, but normally you would use like a glass bowl or another small pot that inserts into your pot. So in here I have just some water, just a few inches, enough to get it nice and warm. And then when it comes time, I'm going to insert my little crock here and with all my ingredients and get it going. So while this is boiling, I'm going to start getting my ingredients into my crock. Now, for those of you who may be new here, I really suck at measuring things. I'm one of those people who goes in the kitchen and I'm like, okay, a little of this and a little of that. It seems to work out okay for me because most of the time the kids and my husband don't complain about my cooking. So I know that this is a little bit different, but I did look up quite a few recipes and get a general idea of how much oils I want to be adding, how much beeswax, and the beeswax is going to kind of firm it up a little bit so it's more like a creamy ointment rather than just a watery, runny oil type thing. So that's what's going on with that. So I'm going to take my beeswax pellets. I got these off Amazon, and they are 100% pure organic. They're cosmetic grade, which is something that I looked into. And then I got the white ones, not for any particular reason. I think they were just cheaper, so that's why I went with these. I also have sweet almond oil here, and this is kind of like a moisturizer. It will also help as a nice carrier oil. I have Miracle Oil, which is actually a Pure Romance product. I don't know if you guys know this, but Pure Romance does a whole like body care line. They have perfumes and lotions and shave creams and all this other stuff. And this stuff is amazing. The kids and I are really prone to sunburn. We're all really fair skinned. So this was a lifesaver this summer. I cannot tell you how many times we got burnt. We actually took it on vacation with us when we went with my mom and my cousin. And we used it on everybody who got a sunburn. And my cousin actually wound up buying some herself because it works that good. On here it says that okay, well, I'm not going to read it. It's just awesome. It works for cuts and scrapes and bruises, but it is an oil. It's kind of runny. So I'm mixing it in with all these other things to give it a little bit of a creamy base to be in. I also have castor oil. Castor oil is really great for a lot of different things. One of them being, it's used primarily as a laxative. I usually use it in my hair. I have really dry hair, and I'll mix a little bit of this with almond oil with castor oil and then a few different essential oils, and I put it in my hair as kind of like a leave-in conditioner. It works great. So I'm going to be using just a little bit of this, and that's to give it a little bit of viscosity and also to help with the antibacterial part. I'm going to be using some tea tree oil because tea tree, if you don't know, is really good for fighting infections. I actually know people who get cold sores and who will put just a few drops of tea tree oil on the cold sore, and it actually goes away within a matter of days. So that's a really awesome essential oil. I would highly recommend that to anybody. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the Now brand. I just bought the Now brand because it was a little bit cheaper. I'm trying to switch to more organic oils, but it's a gradual thing because it's kind of about what I can afford. And I'd rather make the natural products than worry about if they're organic or not right now. I also have Nature Shield. And that's another Now brand. And if you've ever heard of Thieves Oil, I know Thieves is like a Young Living thing. Oh, excuse me. Thieves is like a Young Living thing, but it's also, it's just a blend of different oils. It's got like frankincense and, what else is in here? Clove oil, lemon oil, cinnamon oil, eucalyptus, rosemary. A lot of these are great for your skin and your hair. It's also great during the fall and the winter to diffuse because it does such a wonderful job at fighting those cold and flu infections that everybody seems to get and bring home. And then, excuse me one second here, but I also have some organic coconut oil that I'm going to be using as part of the base. And coconut oil is usually solid at room temperature, so this will give it a little bit more of that creamy consistency I'm looking for. Plus it also has some antimicrobial properties in and of itself. So don't mind me. My husband would be so mad at me if he saw me do that. He really doesn't like it because he worries about my teeth. So yeah, don't try it at home, kids. I'm gonna throw this in the garbage real quick and then we can get going. No, I lied. Okay, no I didn't. I'll just use my spatula here. So my water is starting to kind of simmer. It's a little bit bubbly. I don't know if you could see it in there, but it's starting to steam and bubble. So I'm gonna get my ingredients together and get this going so you guys can see how I make it. I'm just going to be storing this in one of these little jelly jars, the mason jars. I'm mainly doing that because I don't have any smaller jars. If I did, I would probably use a slightly smaller jar. Now I'm going to use about 3 teaspoons of the beeswax. So it's not a ton. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. You can definitely measure. Feel free. The essential oils I'm going to save for the end because those are going to be a little bit more heat sensitive. If I were to add them now, it would ruin the effects of the oils. Now, I don't know if you can see how thick this is pouring. Like, let's see. But castor oil is really thick. So I'm adding about maybe 2 teaspoons of the castor oil. I'm going to add about the same amount of the sweet almond oil. And we'll have to see if my not measuring fails me. And then I'm going to open up my coconut oil. And I'm going to scoop out about, well, not going to scoop it out yet. I'm going to go grab a knife. Sorry. Totally not prepared for this, apparently. So my knives are all gone, so it looks like I'm using a fork. So I'm going to do about, probably like a half to 3/4 of a cup here. Like I said, I don't know if you can see how much trouble I'm having just getting it out of the jar, but if it's not at a warmer temperature, it's pretty solid. Now, this could be a total flop. I can make this and it might not firm up. So let's cross our fingers and hope that that doesn't happen and then Amanda put enough of her ingredients in. I'll let you know for sure. Okay, I think we've got about 3/4 of a cup here. And that's good for what I'm going to do. So now my water is boiling. And I'm just going to take this and just set it right in here, just like that. Now to prevent any boil over, I am going to turn the heat down just a little. And what I want to do is, everything in here is already starting to melt because the heat from the boiling water is transferring to this ceramic casserole dish. So what I'm doing right now is just mixing it up, making sure everything's melting evenly, kind of making sure that everything's incorporated and mixed very well. This is going to take probably somewhere in the realm of 2 to 3 minutes, maybe as many as 5. It depends a lot on the temperature of your water, what you're using for your double boiler. So rather than have you guys sit here and watch me melt stuff for the next 2 minutes, I think I'm gonna come right back as soon as it's all melted before I add my essential oils. So I'll see you in a little while. Okay, I'm back. So everything is pretty well melted. The beeswax definitely took a little bit longer to melt than the oils did. I've stirred it constantly the whole time while it's heated up. Now I'm just going to remove the container from the double boiler. I'm going to scoot that to the back burner. And then, so you can see it, I'm going to move this, I guess right here on my counter. Try to sneak it onto this towel if I can. Oh, that's warm. Okay. So it's on a towel, so it's not going to ruin my counter. Now, to this, I'm going to add first the miracle oil. Now, this comes with a nifty little dropper. So I'm going to add 3 droppers of this. And like I said, this stuff is amazing. It actually has safflower oil, sunflower oil, grapeseed oil. It does have tea tree in it too. Argaria spinosa kernel oil. Okay, I have no idea what that is. It also has sweet almond oil, evening primrose oil, and jojoba oil. So it's a great blend of just a bunch of different oils that are really good for your skin. And I'm just giving this a quick stir to kind of mix that in here. I'm also waiting for it to cool down just a little bit more. Essential oils are really heat sensitive, and they start to break down at high temperatures. That's why it's recommended that you store your essential oils in a cool, dry place. Right now I have my whole box of oils right here, and I have quite the collection. These are all just little droppers, bottles that I can use to make my own blends, and I do have a few empty guys, but I've developed quite the extensive collection, and they're not all one brand. They're all kind of all over the place, so you just kind of have to find what you like and get that. So now I'm going to take the Nature Shield, and I'm going to put about 10 drops of this in there if I can get it to cooperate. And this is a really strong fragranted oil. It's also very concentrated, and it is not wanting to cooperate very well. So that's part of the reason why I'm only putting 10 drops in here. Oh my goodness. You know, they always cooperate with me until I try to do a Facebook video. What the heck? Okay, well, that was, yeah, 10-ish drops. I'm going to add, that's right, this one does not have a dropper, so I'm going to use my smaller bottle. Yes, I have several bottles of tea tree oil. It's one of my favorite oils. I'm adding 25 drops of the tea tree oil. Another oil that you could add, and unfortunately I don't think I have any, is an oregano oil. Oregano oil is really great for antibiotic properties. It's also great for your skin. Pretty much any oil that's good for your skin is going to be good for an antibiotic ointment like this. Now this is something that I started doing. Oops, sorry. Still trying to get these oils out. Oh no, that's why. It's empty. Oh no, that's horrible. Okay. It'll just show you how much I love this stuff. I like to mix this with peppermint oil. Like I actually have right now a spray. It's in just a bottle that I had of some other stuff, so I'm not going to show you the label, but I just put some vinegar water in here, and then you can kind of see that the oils will separate. But this is the Nature Shield and peppermint oil, and I spray this all over the house. It's like a fabric freshener, but it also kind of has like a antimicrobial property to it too, which is, which is great because it smells Christmassy because of the peppermint and the clove and everything. Wow, sorry. But it's also really good for germs and crap. So that's something to keep in mind. Like I said, it's just about half vinegar, half water, and then the rest is the oils. The vinegar will keep it from molding, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, since I don't have any more of my Nature Shield, I am going to add some lavender, maybe. Really? I don't know what person is stealing all of my oils. I'm going to add some clove because that's one of the ingredients in the Nature Shield. I'm only adding 4 drops because clove is extraordinarily strong. And clove oil is used in a lot of different things, but the first time I ever had an experience with clove oil, I went to the dentist and they had pulled a wisdom tooth, and I wound up with something that's called dry socket. And they actually put little strips of gauze packed that were like coated in clove oil, and they packed it into my gums to help ease the pain. And it worked so well. Everything tasted kind of funny, but clove is amazing. I love it. And then just because I like minty things, I'm going to use a little bit of wintergreen too. What drink?
We have more than one lavender.
We have more than one lavender. I know we have more than one lavender. You want to come over here and dig it out for me?
Yeah.
Ah, never mind. I found one.
Okay.
All right, and then we're going to add like 10 drops maybe. That was 10-ish of lavender oil. Now, I'm going to stir this up. Drake, you want to be a super amazing helper and grab me a funnel?
Yeah.
Because your mom forgot. Totally not prepared for this. Oh, this smells so nice. I love it. I might just use it as a lotion.
I don't see any funnel.
What? Oh, the agony. Okay.
Let me look again.
Are you sure?
I don't know if this is clean or not.
Well, here. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Get over here. And then he drops it on the floor. All right. So, we're going to take this oil.
Clumsy, okay?
You are clumsy, and it's because you take after me.
Yes.
You should come over here and say hello to all the wonderful people of YouTube while your mom pours this in the jar. So I'm just going to pour it in here.
Isn't it supposed to be solid?
Oh, that's warm. It will solidify.
Oh.
And then I'm just going to kind of scrape the bowl because it's already starting to solidify in the bowl. And the bowl's still actually really warm. So that's a good sign to me. It means that this is going to be a nice consistency when it cools. And I mean, you can see it's almost already the exact consistency of an antibiotic ointment. So this is going to be great. All right. So I'm just going to scrape it off into here.
Sorry.
Set my dishes aside. I'm just going to rub this into my hands because, oh, it smells good. All right. So yeah, there you have it. That is my homemade antibiotic ointment. And as you can see, this jar was almost the perfect size. So we will probably have to get a little stick or something to attach to the rim. What I'll probably do is take I'm going to label it so everybody knows what it is. And I'll probably just tie a little stick to it so that we can use the stick to get the ointment out. But, oh, smells nice. What do you think?
Smells very nice.
Okay.
Smells like Christmas and peppermints.
Christmas and peppermints. Yeah, that's the wintergreen. Okay, so I hope you guys try this out. I also hope that you don't mind my gigantic coffee collection. By the way, best coffee ever.
Yeah.
In case you don't know, just so you know, you can order online. But I'm a bit of a coffee aficionado, so this is like my whole coffee corner. But anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day. What?
Southern Belle.
Okay, well, we're not going to do that right now, okay? Because I've got other stuff I have to do. Kids are wanting to show you guys the pets. But anyways, have a wonderful day. And if you like what you saw, hit the like button, subscribe. That'd be awesome. I'm going to have more videos coming out soon, hopefully. Bye, guys.